Hello again. It's been a while. For the last few years, I've published weekly videos, directly or indirectly, about Angelina Jordan, but I've had a bit of a break. I haven't published something for a couple of months now, and publishing weekly videos is not as easy as it looks, but you will see me again in the future. Today we're going off in a different direction, and we're going to look at songs which we think we've heard before, which ring a distant bell when we hear it. Probably the most famous example of this is when George Harrison sung My Sweet Lord in 1970. Immediately everyone said that it was based on the Chiffons' He's So Fine from a few years earlier. Let's hear what that sounds like.
I really wanna see you, really wanna be with you, really wanna see you, Lord, but it takes so long, my Lord, my sweet Lord. I really wanna know you, really wanna go with you.
He's so fine. Wish she were mine. That handsome boy over there. One with the wavy hair. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna make it mine. Be the envy of all the girls. It's just a matter of time.
George Harrison said that his song was not based on that, and the court ruled that it was subconscious plagiarism. What George Harrison did say was that what he had in mind was Edwin Hawkins' song, Oh Happy Day, when he conceived of My Sweet Lord.
A happy day, oh, a happy day, when Jesus was, oh, when he was, when Jesus was, he washed my sins away, Lord.
The court ruling was that George Harrison needed to pay $500,000, not to the Chiffons, but to the company that owned the publishing rights. The irony is that George Harrison went on to buy the company, which helped to offset his losses. But hearing similar sounding songs has many variations. In the mid-60s, when the Toys sung A Lover's Concerto, it was based on an 18th century minuet in G major. No royalties were paid because it's considered part of the public domain.
How gentle is the rain that falls softly on the meadow. Birds high up in the tree serenade the flowers with their melody. I'll see there beyond the hill the bright colors of the rainbow. Some magic from above, they just say for us just to fall in love.
Likewise, there was a French song from the 18th century called Plaisir d'amour, which was the basis for Can't Help Falling in Love with You.
Wise when see only fools rush in, but I can
One of the most controversial lawsuits involved men at work singing Down Under, and the instrumental riff where the flute is being played in a tree with a koala teddy bear actually brought out a court ruling that they plagiarized the song Kookaburra Sits in the Old Gum Tree. The ruling was considered harsh and petty.
Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree. Merry, merry king of the bush is he. Laugh, Kookaburra, laugh. Kookaburra, gay your life must be.
And Led Zeppelin, when they performed their Stairway to Heaven with the opening guitar introduction, it looks like they just borrowed it wholesale from Spirit, who was their opening band in previous years. But copyright and plagiarism are hard to define. There was a court case 10 years ago, not because of the melody or the lyrics, but because of the vibe, where the party atmosphere from Blurred Lines copied the party atmosphere from a Marvin Gaye song, and the settlement was in the region of $5 million.
Okay, now he was close. Tried to domesticate you, but you're an animal. Baby, it's in your nature. Just let me liberate you. You don't need no papers. That man is not your maker. And that's why I'm gonna take you.
So what's going on? Subconscious plagiarism means that there's no intention when you use another melody. But if you look at AI and you ask, are there an infinite number of chord progressions? The answer is theoretically yes, but not really. Chord progressions are actually limited in number, and so that's part of the mix in terms of how songs are put together. Couple examples from the world of Angelina Jordan. When she sings a song from her recent album, Secret of the Soul, the opening very much sounds like the theme from The Godfather. And with the instrumental opening for Who'll Wipe These Tears Away, when I heard it, it jarred my memory until I realized that it was very similar to a Dusty Springfield song. I have no doubt that there was nothing intentional in the similarity, but what is similar is the feel. Angelina's song is about absent love. Dusty Springfield's song is about hesitant love. And they both capture a feeling of sadness and regret. And that is why a songwriter will gravitate towards this type of melody.
When I said I needed you,
And so the music and the lyric can capture a very specific emotional tone. And to highlight that, we can hear just one word of a song, which immediately gives us a direction for the emotional impact of a song. We will listen to one word from probably one of the most famous songs from the 20th century, and from that one word, we will immediately know if it is a happy song or a sad song, because that one word with voice and music captures the tone of the whole song.
Yesterday.
That was Paul McCartney of the Beatles, and Angelina also has covered that same song. And when she does that same word, she also captures that same tone, but with a slightly more jazzy vibe to it.
Yesterday.
It's amazing going through the history of music and seeing how it all falls into place. It's even more amazing how music directly or indirectly can capture an emotion with the words and the lyrics. And inevitably, there will be some overlap where you hear a song and it rings a bell of something you've heard before. You will see me again. There will be other videos, but for the moment, I'm out of here. I'll catch you later.